The Huff Duff, A New Forest Trail, Part 1. Welcome to the Huff Duff. This trail begins at the Rockford Common National Trust car park, which we have just left as this video begins, and winds through serene wooded valleys. Along the way, you'll encounter breathtaking views as you make your way to Ibsley Common, where you can take in panoramic vistas of the New Forest. As you can see, we opted to wear wellies for this walk, and it turned out to be a smart choice. Although most of the trail was dry, there were a few areas that were quite muddy. Here we're crossing a ford. If you prefer a bridge, there's one just to the right. Although there are some horses in the New Forest, like those you can see here, the New Forest has far more ponies. Let me tell you a bit about them. New Forest ponies are one of the most iconic sights in the New Forest National Park in southern England. Here's what makes them unique. These ponies have a long history, dating back to at least the 11th century. They're descendants of medieval horses, and are thought to have been influenced by a variety of breeds over time. Unlike most domesticated horses, New Forest ponies live a semi-wild lifestyle. Although owned by commoners with traditional rights, they roam freely throughout the national park, grazing and moving across the landscape at will. This semi-wild existence plays a crucial role in the New Forest ecosystem. The ponies' grazing helps control the growth of invasive species and maintains the open landscapes which support a variety of plants and animals. It's part of the long-standing system of commoning, where commoners have the right to graze their animals on the forest's open land. This tradition has helped preserve the unique character of the New Forest for centuries. Each pony is branded with unique identification marks to indicate ownership, and some wear reflective collars or tags to improve visibility at night, reducing accidents on roads that pass through the forest. New Forest ponies are known for their hardiness and adaptability, thriving in various conditions, from damp heathland to dense woodland, and in all seasons. Despite their semi-wild nature, these ponies are gentle and versatile, making them popular in equestrian activities. They're often used for riding, driving, and various equestrian sports. New Forest ponies come in a range of colours, including bay, chestnut, grey, and black. They are generally small to medium-sized, with a sturdy build and a friendly demeanour. Protection and conservation are essential to the New Forest National Park Authority, which works with other organisations to ensure the safety and welfare of the ponies. This collaborative effort helps maintain the population and protect the ponies' natural habitat. New Forest ponies are a beloved part of the New Forest's heritage, contributing significantly to the area's unique landscape and culture. They're not just a charming sight, but also an integral part of the ecosystem. The New Forest is a unique and ancient landscape filled with a network of footpaths, offering visitors the opportunity to explore its natural beauty and history. With over 140 miles of marked footpaths, bridleways and tracks, the New Forest provides a diverse range of landscapes to explore. Whether you're walking through dense woodlands, across open heathlands, or near ancient villages, there's a path for you. Many of these footpaths follow historic routes, some dating back to medieval times. These paths tell a story of the region's history, reflecting its long-standing traditions of commoning, forestry, and local settlements. The New Forest also features a variety of waymarked trails. These trails are designed to cater to different interests and fitness levels, ensuring that everyone, from casual walkers to experienced hikers, can find a trail that suits them. The footpaths cover a wide range of terrains. You can choose a flat and accessible path for a leisurely stroll, or opt for a more challenging route with inclines and uneven surfaces. This variety ensures that everyone can enjoy the beauty and history of the New Forest in their own way. The New Forest, located in southern England, has a unique and intricate past that stretches back to the Norman Conquest and beyond. The New Forest is one of the oldest landscapes in Britain, established by William the Conqueror in 1079 as a royal hunting ground. This designation created a vast expanse where the king and his court could hunt deer and other game, leading to strict rules and regulations to protect the forest's resources. Over time, these protections contributed to the preservation of the forest's natural beauty and biodiversity. the ancient landscape of the New Forest is a blend of heathlands, woodlands, wetlands, and open areas. This diverse environment has allowed a wide range of plant and animal species to thrive, creating a rich ecosystem that has remained relatively unchanged for centuries. Commoning is a key aspect of the New Forest's ancient landscape. Commoners, local residents with traditional rights, were allowed to graze their animals, collect firewood, and use the forest's resources in specific ways. This practice, which dates back to the Middle Ages, has played a crucial role in shaping the landscape. The grazing of ponies and cattle, for example, has helped maintain the open heathlands and prevent the encroachment of woodland. The New Forest's ancient landscape is also marked by historical events and legends. One of the most famous events is the death of King William II, Rufus, in 1100, which took place in the New Forest under mysterious circumstances. William II was the son of William the Conqueror and ruled as King of England from 1087 until his untimely death in 1100. His demise in the New Forest has been shrouded in mystery, controversy, and legend. William II met his end during a hunting expedition in the New Forest, an area designated by his father, William the Conqueror, as a royal hunting ground. The forest's dense woodlands and rugged terrain provided an ideal setting for hunting, but they also added an air of danger and unpredictability to the sport. On the day of his death, William II was accompanied by a small group of courtiers, including his brother Henry, who would later become King Henry I. The exact circumstances of William II's death are unclear, but the commonly accepted story is that he was struck by an arrow, allegedly fired by Sir Walter Tyrrell, one of his companions. Whether this was an accident or a deliberate act is a question that has intrigued historians for centuries. Some suggest that his death was a mere hunting accident, the result of a misfired arrow in the heat of the chase. Others believe it was a calculated move to remove a king whose rule was marked by controversy and conflict. King William II's death may, indeed, have been just a hunting accident. Due to the chaotic nature of medieval hunting, accidents were not uncommon. Tyrrell's subsequent flight to France after the incident added to the suspicion, but has been argued that he fled out of fear of being blamed for the death of the king, regardless of his actual intent. On the other hand, William Rufus's death may have been a carefully orchestrated assassination. His unpopularity among church officials and certain nobles, combined with the potential gain for his brother Henry, who later became King Henry I, lends credibility to this perspective. If true, the plot would have been motivated by a desire to remove a troublesome king and shift the balance of power. The death of William II had significant repercussions for the English monarchy, as it allowed his brother Henry to ascend the throne, leading to a shift in power and a new chapter in English history. The death of William II also had an impact on the New Forest itself. The royal decree that established the forest as a hunting ground came with harsh penalties for those who violated its laws. After William II's death, the strict regulations surrounding the forest were somewhat relaxed, allowing for a greater degree of commoning and contributing to the forest's unique cultural landscape. Ultimately, the truth about William Rufus's death may never be fully known, but the story continues to captivate, serving as a testament to the enduring allure of the New Forest's history and the dramatic events that have shaped its legacy. Following Rufus's death, the New Forest remained a royal hunting ground, with subsequent monarchs continuing to use it for their personal recreation and sport. However, the intensity of royal oversight varied over the years, with periods of stricter enforcement and times when the forest laws were more relaxed. During the reign of later monarchs, the forest's management evolved, reflecting changes in royal priorities and governance. The New Forest continued to be used for hunting, but it also became a source of valuable timber, especially during periods of naval expansion. The royal connection ensured that the forest remained protected from large-scale development, preserving its unique landscapes and ecosystems. The balance between royal control and commoning rights shaped the forest's character, creating a unique blend of tradition and royal oversight. Throughout its history, the New Forest's royal connection has had a lasting impact on its culture and governance. The verderers of the New Forest, an ancient court responsible for overseeing forest laws and protecting commoning rights, exemplify this enduring royal influence. This institution, established by royal charter, continues to play a significant role in the forest's management today. The New Forest remains a symbol of England's rich heritage, with its royal ties serving as a reminder of the forest's unique place in the nation's history. As we continue our walk, I will now tell you some more about commoners and commoning rights in the New Forest. Commoning rights in the New Forest have a long and storied history. This system of rights has been instrumental in shaping the New Forest's unique landscape and culture, creating a distinctive blend of human activity and natural beauty. Let's explore some fascinating information about these ancient rights and their significance. In the New Forest, commoning refers to a set of traditional rights that allow local residents, known as commoners, to use the forest's resources for their livelihoods. These rights have been in place for centuries, dating back to the time of William the Conqueror, when the forest was designated as a royal hunting ground. The commoning system has persisted through various historical periods, reflecting the enduring connection between the people and the land. Among these rights is the right to graze livestock, which is perhaps the most visible aspect of commoning. New Forest ponies, cattle, and other animals roam freely across the forest's open heathlands and woodlands, contributing to the maintenance of the landscape. This grazing helps control vegetation growth, ensuring a balance between open areas and woodland. Commoners also have the right to collect firewood, known as estovers, allowing them to gather fallen branches and dead wood for personal use. This right supports sustainable practices, as it encourages the use of naturally fallen wood rather than cutting down live trees. Additionally, commoners can extract resources like peat and turf for fuel, though these practices are carefully regulated to prevent over-extraction. The commoners form a close-knit community with a shared understanding of the forest's traditions and responsibilities. The verderers, an ancient court which we have already mentioned, plays a key role in upholding these rights and ensuring the forest's protection. Despite their longevity, commoning rights have faced challenges over the years. Changes in land ownership, shifts in agricultural practices, and the pressures of modern development have all impacted the traditional commoning system. However, the resilience of the commoners and the support of conservation efforts have helped preserve these rights, ensuring that the New Forest retains its unique character. This section was extremely muddy, so the wooden walkway was a welcome relief. We have already looked at the death of William Rufus. Let's now delve into the forest's connection to the English Civil War and how this turbulent period affected the area and its people. The English Civil War of 1642 to 1651 was a conflict between royalists, supporters of King Charles I, and parliamentarians, leading to significant political and social upheaval across England. As the war unfolded, the New Forest, like many parts of the country, became a strategic location, playing a role in the broader narrative of the Civil War. During this time, the New Forest's unique status as a royal hunting ground meant that it was closely associated with the monarchy. As the conflict spread, the forest became a contested area, with both royalists and parliamentarians vying for control of strategic locations. This led to heightened tensions among the commoners and the local populace, who found themselves caught in the crossfire. The English Civil War brought disruption to the New Forest's traditional way of life. Commoners, who had long relied on the forest's resources for grazing and collecting firewood, faced uncertainty as the conflict affected local governance and stability. The forest's inhabitants had to cautiously navigate this challenging period, balancing their allegiance to the crown with the demands of the parliamentary forces. The presence of military forces in the forest led to changing dynamics, with skirmishes and confrontations altering the forest's usual tranquility. Additionally, the English Civil War had lasting effects on the New Forest's administration. The struggle for control resulted in changes to the forest's governance, with parliamentarians seeking to impose new laws and regulations. This period of uncertainty created a ripple effect, influencing the commoners' rights and the traditional practices that had defined the New Forest for centuries. Overall, the English Civil War's impact on the New Forest was significant, shaping the forest's history and the lives of its people. Another historical event that has a connection to the New Forest is the Industrial Revolution, which swept through Britain in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. The Industrial Revolution brought significant shifts in technology, manufacturing, and transportation, and the New Forest was directly affected by these sweeping changes. As the Industrial Revolution gained momentum, the New Forest, with its vast resources and strategic location, became increasingly significant. This era of change brought new challenges, but also opportunities for the people living in and around the New Forest. One of the most noticeable changes during the Industrial Revolution was the increased demand for raw materials. The New Forest, with its rich woodlands, became a valuable source of timber, essential for constructing machinery, ships, and railway infrastructure. This surge in demand led to heightened pressures on the forest's resources as trees were felled to meet the needs of industry. There was a need for a delicate balance between preserving the forest's natural beauty and supporting the industrial expansion that was transforming Britain. Transportation played a critical role in the Industrial Revolution, and the development of new roads and railways altered the landscape of the New Forest. The construction of these transportation networks made it easier to move goods and people, but it also encroached upon the traditional commoning rights and disrupted the habitats of native wildlife. There was a great deal of tension between progress and preservation, as commoners and forest officials grappled with the rapid changes. Industrialisation also had an impact on the social structure of the New Forest. The rise of factories and urbanisation drew people away from rural areas like the New Forest, leading to a decline in the traditional commoning practices that had sustained the region for centuries. However, the community adapted to these shifts, with some embracing new opportunities while others held firmly to their heritage. Despite the pressures brought by the Industrial Revolution, the New Forest managed to retain its unique character and charm. This resilience is a testament to the strength of the commoning tradition and the dedication of those who valued the forest's natural and cultural heritage. Even in the face of industrial expansion, the New Forest continued to be a place of beauty, tranquility, and history. Taking a break for now, but stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when it's out.